French aircraft performed touch and goes on the flight deck of the aircraft carrier USS Dwight D. Eisenhower Thursday morning. The aircraft were launched off the aircraft carrier FS Charles de Gaulle, the flagship of the carrier battle group that has been leading anti-ISIL efforts in the Mediterranean. Rear Admiral Olivier Labos, the commander of the battle group, believes that the ongoing partnership between France and the US is a necessity in the conflict. It is necessary that all nations fight together. The proximity and cooperation between the French aircraft carrier and the American aircraft carrier is a perfect illustration of this collective work against ISIL. 2 days prior to the touch and goes, Rear Admiral James Malloy, the commander of Carrier Strike Group 10, visited the Charles de Gaulle to discuss the ongoing mission with Labos. Eisenhower is currently deployed in the Mediterranean Sea in support of Operation Inherent Resolve in maritime security operations. For USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, I'm Petty Officer Michael R. Gendron.
What's happening, Ike? As always, I'm your host, Petty Officer Michael Gendron, and welcome to another edition of Icon. Alright, I can't take it anymore. Guys, I'm in love. She's such a sweet girl, a little overwhelming but sweet. Her name's Inserv. I don't think she'd like it too much, but I'm going to read you one of her love letters to me. Dear MC3, the deck drains need to be cleaned out today. Seriously, this has to be done ASAP. I want a report by CLB today or there will be consequences. Yours forever, Inserv. What a sweetheart. Anyway, here's Reese.
Hi, I'm Crazy Bob, and welcome to Crazy Bob's Inserv store. Want some red letters? We got them. I'm even giving away some of these terrific T-wrenches. Hey, look, I'm Wolverine. Someone came up to me the other day. He said, hey, Crazy Bob, explain to me why you love Inserv. Why do I love Inserv? Who doesn't love Inserv? Want some of these? Got them. Free. Want some of these? Got them. Free. Want some of these? Got them. Free. 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 Inserv. 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 Heck, I'm even giving these self-locking nuts away. Help, help. Somebody lock this nut away. Ha, just joshing ya. Come on down to Crazy Bob's Inserv store, located at 01 Tech 64 Tech 6 Tech Alpha. So come on down and get everything you need for Inserv here at Crazy Bob's Inserv store. Inserv.
Stop him dead in his track. I'ma catch him, cause I'm way too fast. Yeah, we coming, blitzing straight to the back. I'ma pop him, yeah, we call that a sack.
What's What's happening, Ike? As always, I'm your host, Petty Officer Michael Gendron, and welcome to another edition of Icon. We've been out here a really long time, and after that many days, it can all sort of start to weigh on you, can't it? That's why I started keeping a list of everything I'm thankful for. So let's see what we got here. We got cashews, we got muffins, we got my family, and we got mid-rats.
Mid-rats!
That's pretty much the things I'm thankful for. But I know a lot of you have things that you're thankful for as well, so let's turn it down to Casey on the deck plates. Casey, over to you.
Ooh, I am the ghost of Navy ratings. I may be dead, but the pride of the yellow shirts will live on forever. Why don't you take a look? Boo!
Well, thank you, sir. And Ike, that's about all the time we have left for today. As always, I'm your host, Petty Officer Michael Gendron, signing out.
Start the go aircraft. Start up. As the air boss, I am in charge of overall the safe and expeditious launch and recovery of the aircraft. So from about the moment I walk up to the tower, it's kind of non-stop and happening in the tower, so that requires either me or the mini boss be in the tower during all of flight ops. You come in, you set up for the first launch, planes start launching, they immediately start recovering. As a pilot, being up here is it's a lot different than being one of the air crew doing the shots. As we get ready to launch, there's less angst, less excitement, and more a sense of focus on what I'm doing. But the folks that work up here, I have to have 100% trust in what they're doing. So the folks that are setting the lens, setting the gear, calling out the types of aircraft that are coming down, spotting aircraft upwind, telling us how many planes are in the pattern. You know, they're not aviators, so this is something that they've had to kind of learn over not a very long time. But they do an amazing job at it, and that actually makes it super enjoyable. Just to be able to watch these guys do what they do. Coming from my last job, where I was a commanding officer of a squadron, I thought pretty much nothing was going to equal it, but it turns out this job is a blast. I'm the boss.
Here in Bahrain with VRC-40 Def 4, what our primary mission is flying out to the Ike, supporting those guys. So every morning here, we, as a crew and as the maintainers, we all have to come out here and pre-flight this bird, get it ready for load and evolution. So it takes about 3 hours to do all of our loading prep work.
We verify that everything's on plan and on track, and that we head out to the aircraft. We do a pre-flight, which our maintenance team is awesome, and they're always out there ahead of time, and they're taking care of the bird, making sure that it's all ready to go.
It's definitely challenging, you know, maintaining an older aircraft, but at VRC-40, we are up for the challenge. We will meet the challenge, and we will always excel and have an up aircraft for the fleet. On a day-to-day basis, we send anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 pounds of cargo mail, and depending on the configuration with the aircraft, we can send as much as 25 passengers.
One of our main missions, beyond the DVs, beyond the important parts for the aircraft, is to get the everyday PCSers to and from the boat. That includes people that are fresh out of their schools, out of boot camp. Their first experience with the Navy a lot of times is the back of a cod, walking into that ramp and seeing the air crewmen welcome them on board, strapping them in, and then taking a trap. The back of the cod is much different from a typical commercial airliner. with the lack of windows. Your seats are facing backwards, so it's just very, very different being in a utility aircraft. And so our job is to do that safely and make everyone on board feel as comfortable as possible.
It's definitely a thrill to see those guys when you open that ramp on the flight deck for the first time, to see their eyes light up and know that that's going to be their home for the next rest of the deployment. You know, it's definitely awesome to see on a daily basis. We take pride in what we do. You know, those guys out at the ship, all those sailors, they ain't got to worry about nothing. We got them. Whether it's their mail, whether it's their people, whatever they need, parts, they ain't got to worry about nothing. We're always going to be there for them.
Help! 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 Just joshing you, everybody. I'm completely safe, well-fed, and handsome right here in the studio. But what if my situations were different? What if I was unsafe, unfed, but still handsome, but drowning in the middle of the ocean? Who would be there to save me? Well, I think I have the answer for you coming up next.
Star swimmer is someone who goes flying, and when someone needs to be rescued, we jump out and pull them out of the water. For us in a normal SAR jumps training, you know, we're back home, we're in an area where it's pretty controlled. There's no one you're going to be going in and out of it. You know, it's not the open ocean. So these junior guys to get open ocean training is really good. It's something they won't get back home at all.
When the helo door opens and we're looking into the water ready to make that leap, what we feel is excitement. Excitement because here's a train that are finally being utilized. Once you hit the water, you feel an adrenaline rush because you want to try to go as fast and as smooth as you can in order to save this person's life.
You know, you can sit there and you can see for miles underwater pretty much. And like it's so blue, and you're just like, what is swimming underneath me? What other sea life is around? You know, you don't have, you know, a control of, like, we have safety boats when we're back home. If something happens, they can come get us, you know, just like that. Out here, you're at the mercy of getting that helo to you. So, you know, you just have to be on your toes at all times.
Every now and then, depending on the situation, we'll have to lower a swimmer via the hoist, and that could be due to any number of reasons, whether it's an extremely high sea state or if there's any debris in the water, which would be unsafe for us to deploy our swimmers the normal way. If I was put into the survivor's position and I saw the helicopter overhead coming to get me, I would have a feeling of extreme relief knowing that the United States Navy is coming to pick me up, because these guys are the experts at what they do.
And everything, like all the training that we were taught, you're like, man, do I remember this? Do I remember this? As soon as this happens, everything comes back. It's a rush of knowledge that just comes back into your head, and you're like, all right, I know exactly what to do. I know how to get this guy out safely. I'm not, you know, to mess this up.
Your training kind of kicks in, and you just get this guy onto the aircraft. That way we can transport him to the closest medical treatment facility. I don't think you really think about your actions until a couple days later when you're like, oh wow, that guy's alive, because you know, we went and did something about it.
Wait, we have one more thing. Inserve, 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 inserve. Bam! Branding, CVN 69. Woo!